Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. You see it on the bottom of the screen. Big Print Champs in the building. And make sure you tap in, bro. Use code Bully10 at checkout. Get all your printing needs and all your merchandise needs met. You know we're gonna push the culture off all summer, all off season long, bringing you crazy designs. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. But before that, gotta keep it a stack. Gotta give congratulations where congratulations is due. And I want to say on here, on my channel, on my platform, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. They going to Vegas. They going to the Super Bowl. Should be a good one. There's a lot of mad people out here saying they ain't gonna watch it. But you know what I mean? I'm a football fan. Of course, I would have loved to see my birds in this game, but you know that just ain't how I pan out sometimes. You know what I mean? And you gotta accept that. You gotta accept that. But we're gonna move on. And I think what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing is they're putting themselves in a great position to be able to get back to this game for real, for real. So you know what I mean. Let's talk about a couple of things for a second. So the salary cap. Let me. This was funny. So, somebody brought this up to me on my last video that I did in the studio. They was like, "This is the calmest I ever saw this guy." You know what, man? I had to sit and think. Sometimes screaming and going back and forth don't get the message across. And I mean, it do sometimes. But I'd rather scream back and forth with guys whose team has seen recent success. I'm not arguing with Commanders. I'm not arguing with Cowboys. I'm not arguing with guys who I think are beneath us in the realm of, seeing championship football. You know what I mean? If you got to go back to the archives of the 90s to tell me when y'all was something special, I don't have to raise my voice at you no more. You know what I mean? Let me talk to some winners, man. Me and some winners can have some heated debates. But these are 5 moves, and this comes from the Eagles Wire. These are 5 moves the Eagles can make to create cap in 2024, to create 35.4 million in cap to be exact in 2024. The first one is a no-brainer in my opinion. I think it has to be done. You absolutely want to extend Hassan Reddick. You know what I mean? You'll save 11 million on the cap. Hassan Reddick is damn near guaranteed to get you double-digit sacks a year. You know what I mean? Even starting slow with injury, it is what it is. You've gotten the best. I think Hassan Reddick is actually underpaid. You know what I mean? I think you might got to throw Hassan Reddick a little big of a bag if you want me to keep it 100. But you got to extend Hassan Reddick. That'll save you $11 million on the cap. I think that's going to happen. That's a no-brainer. Cutting Kevin Byard. I also think that's going to happen just because you save $14 million on the cap and there's only $346,000 in dead cap space. He's not shown that he's worth, $14 million, especially when you basically have to pay Slay and Bradbury. He didn't do anything to change anything as far as safety play is concerned. So I think Kevin Byard is out of here. He'll be somewhere for the low. And the post June 1 cut would be Avonte Maddox. I think it might be done. You know what I mean? It'll be a $2 million dead cap hit, but we'll save $7 million on it. So those are, 4 moves that the Philadelphia Eagles can make. I'm sorry, the last move is to extend Jordan Mailata. You know what I mean? We'll save $2 million on that. You know what I mean? Mailata signed a 4-year, $64 million contract, and with the Eagles, including $10 million signing bonus, $40 million is guaranteed and the average annual of $16 million. You know what I mean? He did finish third with the third highest grade in offensive tackles. But if you can extend them, you could kick some of that money down the road a little bit. So I think those are 4 good suggestions, man. Shout out to the Eagles Wire .us today for definitely providing the insight on that one. Now the Eagles continue to add guys in the coaching area for this team, and the way that they're doing it is impressive. I'm starting to get the sense already that Nick. I don't know what Nick Sirianni's role is anymore. I really don't know what his role is on this football team. This is starting to feel more and more like Vic Fangio's team as moves are being announced. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of the beast. It's starting to feel like that because the influence and how influential Fangio has been in the National Football League is now bringing coaches to the Philadelphia Eagles, and not just any coach. We have guys that are, overqualified for the positions that we hiring them for. For instance, we were looking at hiring Joe Brady for a linebacking coach position. He just was a defensive coordinator. He's overqualified to be a linebacking coach. But that's the type of coaches we got in the building. We got guys that are overqualified. You know what I mean, for the position, for real, for real. And Clint Hurt is no different. The Philadelphia Eagles are expected to hire former Seahawks defensive coordinator Clint Hurt as the D line coach. We have a defensive coordinator, who a former defensive coordinator who's being hired as the D line coach. That's crazy, man. That's a big move. I think the defensive line wasn't their best last year. We really didn't get pressure to the quarterback. I don't know if it's because we were older or not, but maybe this guy can, get Jordan Davis to the next level. Maybe he can get Milton Williams to the next level, because Milton Williams continues to perform, but at the same time, what if he had good coaching? Milton Williams damn near Pro Bowler in my opinion, man, if he had more time. I know this is an exciting job for a guy like Clint Hurt. A lot of people might look at it as, he's overqualified for the position. Of course he is. He was a defensive coordinator. But to be able to coach Jordan Davis, to be able to coach Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, you know what I mean, Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith coming off the edge, Josh Sweat, those are some young prospects that anybody would be, licking their chops to, coach, in my opinion. Another move, I think that this is also influenced by Vic Fangio. The Eagles are also hiring former senior defensive assistant Carl Scott for a senior role on the defense. Scott he's helped send 4 defensive backs to the Pro Bowl in the past 2 seasons. Hey man, the numbers speak for itself. With him around defensive backs and how they were able to excel. Only 10 teams allowed 1.2 or less passing touchdowns per game in 2023. The Seahawks were one of them. Carl Scott, in a lot of ways, is just what the Eagles need. You know what I mean? It's just what the doctor ordered, man. We need coaches around these guys that's going to, get them motivated and get them to the next level. Don't be surprised if Bradbury is still on his roster next year. You know what I mean? But probably not getting the amount of responsibility that he had. But don't be surprised if Bradbury's still on his roster. You know what I mean? We need great coaches, around these guys, because you have guys like Eli Ricks, who needs good coaching. You know what I mean? You have guys like Keely Ringo, who needs good coaching. These are young players. And Slay is still a very, very teachable guy. Bradbury needs some motivation. You know what I mean? A lot of people are giving up on Bradbury. But, it is what it is, man. Coaching can change a lot. You know what I mean? And the Philadelphia Eagles are making moves. Yesterday, I had to think to myself, after seeing some of the great coaching displays in the championship games, like maybe the Eagles moved too fast. We're hiring some of these guys and adds, moves, and changes or whatever, in the front office. But, I like the moves that we're making so far. The least favorable move right now for me would probably be the Kellen Moore move. But one thing I know that Kellen Moore can do is beat a blitz. You know what I mean? And that seemed like to be a really big issue for us. I'm not really super down on the Kellen Moore move, but I'm not favorable of it. You know what I mean? I'm not favorable of the Kellen Moore move at all. But I think Kellen Moore has the opportunity to coach the most mentally stable quarterback that he's ever coached. You know what I mean? Dak Prescott still a deer in headlights in the postseason without Kellen Moore. Justin Herbert is notoriously known for choking in big games and big pressure situations like the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I think that offense of the Chargers was a little snake bitten. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the offensive weapons that missed time. They just want to say, see, Kellen Moore wasn't able to turn Justin Herbert around. But, you need certain things to line up. You know what I mean? You need certain things to line up to be able to turn a program around. And I think Kellen Moore is in a favorable situation to where he's not asked to turn a program around. This team has been to the playoffs 3 straight years, one resulting in a Super Bowl run. He's not asked to turn a program around. He just asks to add something different and, bring common sense to the offense. So as long as he doesn't, do things to make the offense worse and, implement some running backs in the passing game, I think the Philadelphia Eagles will be okay. But one move I think that the Eagles have to make is try to retain Swift at all costs. I think that is extremely important to the success of the football team next year, or trying to get somebody in that could duplicate what Swift does, because there's not a lot of running backs in the game like Swift. That's just the nature of the beast. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm really excited for these coaching hires. I really like what the Eagles are doing, and you know what the vibes is, man. Go Birds.